Welcome back, City Skylines players and fans, to Capital City. This is Gomer with Gomer Games. Alright, this is part 3 of this huge mall that we're building here, and we're doing a little bit more detailing here today. Last video, we put in this outbuilding, or this smaller mall, from the Korea content pack. I'll go ahead and see if we can zoom in on that. And it's an excellent asset. I'm going to add a little bit of detailing to the top. Maybe put some bushes in, or trees, and some benches and stuff. Well, I guess there is some benches, but maybe some tables up here or something. We'll do that before we wrap up this area here. We put that in, and we put the little plaza here. Did some parking area there. Over there next to the movie theater. Added the walkway bridge and the drive bridge over to this section that we're going to be moving on to shortly. What we're going to do today, we're going to go ahead and fill in the parking here, and then we're going to do some of this green space right here next to this parking lot. So let's go ahead and get started here. Went ahead and filled in this entire area here with those grass crops or parks. And I'm trying to decide what I want to do here, whether I want to put a fountain in here or some sort of sculpture or something. Actually, now that I think about it, I think that new sculpture from the Promenade and Plaza, see, I put in here. Yeah, I think we're gonna do that. Just came to mind here. I think it's under parks, all the way down towards the bottom here. Where is it? Here it is. It's here. I think this will fit perfectly in here. Maybe put some benches and stuff around it. Yeah, I think that works very nicely there. And then we'll go ahead and grab another one of these. Green spaces here, and we will pull this over. There. Yeah, I think that looks nice on this side. Now we'll decide what we're going to do on this side. But I think that looks that little wedge there, I think looks better, looking like that. Well, let's get to the parking lot here. Went ahead and added in all of the grass here along the side. So what we're going to do now, we're going to grab some parking, and we're going to grab, see if we can get the map to work out here. Thinking, see, I'm trying to figure out, I don't know if this would work. And then what I want to do is upgrade this road, disable the zoning, and upgrade the road so the zoning drops to this. There. And put in parking, and I'm not sure this is going to work. I think we're going to have to I think we're going to have to relay this road down because I'm not sure if this is actually going to work. And then what we want to do is change this road to... This is a step you have to take before you actually build it. And then you pull this in just right like that. But then you got to see where the road in. Actually, that works. That's pretty good. Because this is not an actual pass-through road; it's a parking lot road. So that actually works very nicely right there. Yeah. So that works well. So that will work. So we'll go zoning off. Switch to this, all the way down here. Very nice. And then switch to this road here, turn zoning, force zoning on. Oh. And then we should be able to go ahead and line all these up using move it, so it should not be that big of a guesswork. Well, maybe it will. And then, yes, I can copy and paste these, and I'm actually going to, if you were building a city, a functioning city, where you were wanting to run the simulation, I don't know if I would actually copy and paste them. Um, Looking to see the parking here. We want to disable disable parking on both sides of that. Yeah. Also reduce the speed limit down to probably 5 miles an hour. I'm just mainly looking to make sure that I had enough room. But anyway, back to what I was saying. If you're wanting to make this a functioning simulation, I probably would not copy and paste these. I would probably paste each one individually so that way it's connected to the road. So the simulation kind of knows what to do with it. In theory, if you use the snapping tool, it should work the same. If you just copy and paste these two, along with next to the other ones, it should work, but that it may or may not work. So I would just plop them individually, so that way they connect to the road, and the citizens would actually use them for parking. And if you line it up correctly, you can use the snapping tool to snap them into place. But that rarely happens, depending on when you're using the different size of roads. It makes it more difficult to use the snapping tool. All right. There we go. Now, I did run into a problem with, I didn't put the grass all the way down through here, but that's fine, because the way you do that is you would go back and you would actually reverse, you would force zoning here, and it takes it away from that because there's more space on this side versus this side. So if it was equal, what you'd have to do is take away zoning from this road here. So then I would be able to, I'll be able to go through here and just place these on here, just like I did down here. So, perfect. So that whole side's done there. And then what I'm thinking here is we're going to do another road right here. Trying to decide, let's turn those, I just turned them on, but let's turn them back off and see if we can turn snapping off. There, that's exactly what I wanted. Now, if I can get back to it. I want right between these two nodes, or between these two segments, and I don't understand. There. So we'll pull this up. I'll leave this back here. So it's right in the middle again. And then we can, okay, well, pull this road down. And for sewing. Here. Just eliminate that there. Alright, so then we'll take the, I have to do, yeah, we're going to have to do some zoning issues with this side over here too. So we want to disable zoning, and okay, so that works perfectly. So then we can go in and we want parking. We want to try to get it as close to these 4 squares right here as possible. So I think as close as we're going to get it is right there. And then we'll have to go in and mess with it. So then we can go in with this, put these in here. Debating on whether to leave that as a walkway there or to actually move that. I think we're actually going to leave that as a walkway. Yeah, we're going to leave that as a walkway. And then, street light right in the middle. But that's okay because we're going to be changing the road here. And then this will be the same way on this side, except this is more evenly, the streets match when I'm messing with the different size roads and everything. And there's no curve there, so that works a little bit better. So we'll go ahead and see if we can get this side to fall in the middle, just like we did on the opposite side. All the way down. And zoning was off, so I don't want that. I want zoning on. Okay, so now we just got to connect these two. So then if you do something like this, you want to make sure that you go through and take this extra node out. It messes with your node count, but B, it also causes problems. If you're actually running the simulation, it causes problems with changing lanes and that type of stuff. You want to try not to have an extra node right there. If you don't need to, if you don't have to. So right here, we're going to put a node, actually a little bit, a little bit farther over because we want to put a crosswalk there. So that works. And then, so let's go ahead and just put the parking in already. Guess it doesn't really matter either way. Yeah, that works like that. Then we'll put, well, we're going to have to mess with the zoning on this side. So let's get this one in place first. And then it looks like this is matched on this side perfectly. That's fine. So we can go in with a decal. Well, you can do one of two things. You could take out this park here, or move it over and create a walkway there. Which actually, I think we'll do that. We'll just do that. We'll just take this out, move that over. Yeah. So now there's a walkway on both sides there. And then we will convert this road to this plain pavement road. There we go. I think that looks really good there. We need to move move this down just a little bit. Which creates a little bit of a problem here because all of these other ones have to come down now. There, almost done. There we go. So, alright, so now we have that done. So now let's go ahead and I'm just going to fill in this middle section here. So that way you can kind of see what we're doing. So I'm thinking we'll use this, I'm thinking 2020 parking lot will fit perfectly here. This one here, parking lot 2020. So we'll see. Well, no, it doesn't look like it's going to fit. But it might actually fit this direction. Nah, there's too much extra room there. What you can do, if you have problems figuring out spacing, just convert back to a regular road. And then go back to your parking, fit your parking in, and then you can always convert it back to the plain road later. So you want to try to get it as even as possible, right in the middle, and then bring that over, right like that, and then just convert it back to this plain road. I think that looks really good. Yeah, it looks really good. It's a little bit off here. These lines really should line up. But looking at it, see if it's off on this. It's right on the edge there. And yeah, it's probably going to have to go over. Well, it's right on the edge there, but let's just tweak it just a little bit there. Yeah, see, that's not that big of a deal. But and then these lines almost match, almost line up. They're a little off, but from any sort of altitude whatsoever, you can't really tell. And then the key is just to go all the way down, doing the exact same thing here. So go all the way through here. This particular section here, we're creating a walkway here, because I think I'm going to put like, I think these are like supposed to be like advertisements wrapped around this building, maybe. Like maybe these are windows, but they're one-way windows where you can see out, but you can't see in. So there's like advertisements and stuff on the outside. I think is what that's supposed to do. But these kind of look like doors, so I don't know if maybe that's supposed to be detailed. And this is an older asset, and it just needs to be refined a little bit. But I'm not really sure. But I actually put in doors to make it look a lot better. So we'll put doors in there, and probably right here. So that way people can walk down that pathway into the parking lot. Okay, so let's go ahead and add let's go ahead and add another one of those 2020 slots. I think we'll add that. Yes, I know that overlapped, but by the time we move these down, that one should fit. Should fit. So we'll move this just so it matches. But we want it to be the same distance between here and here and here and here. And you can break out the measuring props and do all that type of stuff and do that. I mean, you can do that, but I think just eyeballing it works just as well. And you don't have to worry about having measuring props. And there's some props out there that work like yardsticks and stuff where you can measure meters and stuff on there. And it's just I think just using your judgment works just as well. So sliding that over. That works fine. And then this one here, works just fine. There will be a little bit more space here because this is going to be one of those plain roads too. A little bit more space here between here and the next series of roads or series of stalls over here. But that's fine because this is a main road, so you want to give it a little bit of space, even though there's parking through that. Like when you go into a shopping mall or a huge box retail store, Meijer or Target or someplace like that, it the main aisle from the street is always a little bit larger than the other ones, just because they want people to make sure that they have enough room to maneuver in there and also to park. So we'll grab all of those, hold those down to where they're matching the other ones. Good deal. So I think that works. So now it's just a matter of filling in this other area here. So we'll grab these, and we're going to mess with the zoning here. Let's see, just force zoning. So we'll go ahead and force zoning on this. See, that's not going to work. We'll disable zoning on this. There we go. And we want this right there, there. I don't think that's going to work. We need a little bit smaller. Yeah, that's going to work. Okay, that should work there. Because we have to leave an opening here for a walkway. And then obviously we need to leave the opening here for this walkway. So we're going to go ahead and leave this the same size as this one over here. So I'm going to grab this and pull it down and over to match that. Ideally, you'd grab them all and just move them at the same time, but you've got to match them up on. Not only do you have to match them to the road, you have to match them to the other side. And see, you can go in and adjust the distance of the zoning or distance of the tiles away from the road, so you can go in and change it, make it larger or smaller or whatever. So you could actually get these to go a lot closer to the road, but the problem is they wouldn't necessarily snap right next to each other. So you would have gaps in between like this. So you could get them where they would snap right next to the road, just like this, but you'd have gaps. So you'd still have to go in and mess with them. So to go in and change the distance of the zoning and everything, and then have to go in and mess with them again, when you could just move them all at once and it would work just fine. There we go. I think that works quite nicely. And then obviously we go in with decals here, grab a parking stall, I hate leaving that a little bit off, but let's see. Guess what we'll do is we'll pull this in just a little bit. Yeah, just so it looks a little bit better. There we go. Alright, so I think that looks really nice there. And then pull in. All that concrete there. concrete all this in. With the road there. And then I'll change this right now. Change it back because we're going to do the other side, but um, just to give you an idea how that would look. That's how it's going to look finished. And I think that looks great there. Add some trees, some bushes. If you've got enough room here, which I don't think we do on this particular one, you could add islands in here, but I don't think we have enough room here, so I don't think we're going to. But you could add islands on each one of them, like I did on the other parking lots across the avenue there. Yeah, I think that works good. So we'll go ahead and fill this in. I'll do that off camera. We're going to put in some additional parking stalls here to make this all even out. And then we'll go ahead and use the node controller. Put in a crosswalk right there. And we can even go as far as to, I think you can even add a stoplight here. Maybe. A time light. Yeah, I thought you could. You'd even add a stoplight there, like a pedestrian traffic light that will force people to stop there. Obviously, you don't want to do that too close to an intersection, but this is like the middle of the road there. Well, that's probably just one segment, but there's quite a distance between there and that intersection, and between there and that intersection, so that's fine. So you could do that if you're wanting to add a little bit of realism to it. You could add that on there. Obviously, you want to put some barricades in there, so people wouldn't use this as a drive lane. Where are my barricades? Actually, I only had one. I had 2 or 3 of them at one time, and I just took them out because I really didn't feel I needed them. Because once you zoom out, you can't really see them in great detail, so it's kind of like, if you're not going to use them, can't really see it in great detail. Why have 2 or 3 of them when you can just use the same one over and over again? Just like that. Adds a little bit of realism to it. And then and actually what I would do here, because you do have some open space, I would go ahead and add additional space here, and then I would go in and add a fire hydrant right here in the middle. Again, just a little bit of realism to it, and then maybe do that over on the other side here too, in case there's a car that bursts into flames or something like that. They've got water access there. All right, we're at 35 minutes, so what I'm going to do, I'll do the rest of this parking off camera because it's basically the same thing. It's just running the roads down the other side. Right now, I think we're going to detail these curbs here. I'm going to use the curve assets to create kind of like a green area here. Uh, so we'll go down, get to the curves, and there's a bunch of different shapes here, what we can work with. But I'm thinking that we'll just have it come down to, maybe we'll do an oval or a circle there, and then maybe a circle there. And then use use these large pieces here. There we go. And then we'll try to use a circle here. I think this looks like this will work. Actually, I think we're just going to use a sharp edge here. I think a sharp edge would look good here. And then this sidewalk can be a little bit smaller even, because it's on the outside and there's nothing really over here. In all honesty, there shouldn't be really anybody walking on this side of the road unless their car like broke down or something. I don't know. But let's see here. Yeah, this works. And then fill that in right there. Yeah, this works really nicely. And again, I'm not sure why somebody would even need an exit on this side. But we'll go ahead and give them one. Um, That works. And then maybe fill in a little bit more. This area here. Yeah. And then I'm thinking maybe in the center here we'll use where, yeah, let's put it right here. And then maybe use 45-degree angle like that. Yeah, I like that. We'll do it like that. Like that. I really like that. And then we do need to pull a little bit more of a entryway in here. There we go. Yeah, I really like that. So then just go in and plant some trees. Um, maybe a larger tree right here. Because that's really the size that I wanted. Only way to be sure to grab that is to select trees. Get rid of that. And then get that nice sized tree right here. Nice sized shade tree there. And then probably we could take some, thinking maybe just some bushes. That's more centered in the middle there. I think we're just going to take some bushes. And because you really don't want this to be like, yeah, you really don't want this to be like closed in or to where people can't see. How did that get so? I need to adjust this a little bit to where this angle is not so. Another good example of looking at everything from every angle before you move on, because here this is at a twisted angle. I guess we're just going to have to leave this like this. I'm going to have to redo it all. I'm going to redo this whole outside here so this matches. So we'll pull this all out and redo all this. So let's go ahead and get this middle part done first. Or I should say this area right here. So we're going to grab these prop bushes, which I think look far better than any of the other actual tree bushes. I mean, there's some on the workshop that look really nice, but I think these prop ones look good too. So I think we're going to go 3 meter count in spacing. Is that fine? Maybe a little bit, maybe 3.5. So I want there to be a little bit of space there. Yeah, I think we're on 3 there. We'll just have to move them over a little bit. See if all these look fine. Move that just a little bit. There. I think that looks fine. And then maybe put some benches in here. I'm thinking, let's see here. It says high level bench. I'm not quite sure what that means. um, Alright, so I think that looks good there. Go ahead and copy these around. And this will be kind of hard to do. Yeah, I think we'll hold off on doing that because I got to fix this area down here. So we'll get that fixed. The next thing I'm thinking, we need to find something for the center of this. So I'm thinking, I think we kind of overdid the fountains and stuff. So let's see if we can find something else to go in here. Some sort of statue or something. Yeah, that might be a little bit too big. Yeah. There we go. I think that looks really nice like that. And then maybe we'll line some benches along here. That looks really good there. Go ahead and let's see. Want to put some flowers. Let's see here. I think that looks really good. So I think we're going to wrap it up. Today I'm going to go through and fix obviously fix those flowers there. Fix this end here, so we'll get that taken care of. And then we'll move on. The next one we're going to move on to the front section here, and then we'll move on to this next section. If you have any suggestions or comments, feel free to leave those, and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button to help the channel there. And we'll see you next time. This is Gomer Games. Thank you.